Hello, and welcome to this month's edition of FireWatch. This month is Fire Prevention Month here in the city of Danville. Our theme this year is Hear the Beep Where You Sleep. I was out on location with Mark Aaron, visiting some of our sites and talking to some of our people here in the community about fire safety. So come along with me and watch our interview that he had on River City TV about fire prevention during the month of October here in the city of Danville.
And Shelby, appreciate you taking the time to join us this week on the City Update.
Well, thank you, Mark. This is a very busy week for us here in the city of Danville with fire prevention.
Yeah, of course, we want to highlight Fire Prevention Month here on the City Update. The fire department is out and about in the community this month more than ever, doing a lot of public education. And the theme of this year's Fire Prevention Month is dealing with smoke detectors, right, Shelby?
It is. Smoke detectors is hear the beep where you sleep. And Mark, what that means is we've been having problems with children across the United States playing with matches and lighters in their bedrooms. Well, they'll have a fire in there and they will close the door and just come out and not say anything. And the fire is well advanced when we get there. So if we put smoke alarms inside the bedroom, it's going to alert the family members that there's a fire inside. And also a lot of people sleep with their doors closed and they may not hear the one in the hallway. So we're getting to both the best worlds of putting them in your hallway and also putting them in bedrooms.
Okay, so that's good. I've always wondered where you needed to have those installed. So in your bedroom, in the hallway, are there any areas of your home where you do not want to have a smoke detector installed?
Definitely the kitchen, because every time you bring popcorn or some toast, your alarm's going to go off and it's going to aggravate you. And I have a lot of people tell me that, and eventually they'll take the batteries out.
Yeah.
So we do not want to put them there. We do not want to put them next to the bathroom. Okay. Take a shower, open the door, it will set the alarm off. So we want to just keep them away from that areas. And anytime someone has a question about where they want to put them, they can feel free to call us at the fire station, and we would come to your house and walk through with you and show you where to install your alarms.
And I know for individuals out there who may not be able to afford fire alarms, you all have a wonderful program, Get Alarm Danville, where you all have been installing smoke detectors in homes across the city for many years, and I know you all have saved a lot of lives with this program. Yes,
we have. Get Alarm Danville, that program initiated in 1999, so it's been quite a long time, and we've put probably 15,000 alarms in, and we've been doing it so long that we're circulating back around now, replacing alarms. After 10 years, you should change your alarm out anyway.
Okay.
And also, Mark, maintenance of them, we're coming up on the time of year now. When you turn your clocks back, turn your clocks forward, we always check our smoke alarms. So that's what we like to do. With the clocks, it's just a good reminder every year. It's the same time, twice a year. Test your smoke alarms and change your batteries.
And it's real easy to test your smoke alarm, right? There's a test button. You basically just hold it in on most models for a couple of seconds and you get that long beep, and that way you know you're good to go, right?
Exactly. It's got a little button on it. If you look at it, it's going to say test. Push it, hold it 5 to 10 seconds, and your alarm should sound off. If not, you may need to check the batteries. Now, they're up high, and if you're short like I am, I just use the end of my broom.
Okay,
and just get up and push it with the end of the broom and let it activate, and you're in good business.
Very good. So I know you've been spreading the news about smoke detectors throughout the city of Danville during the month of October, and if any of you at home watching have little ones, they've probably seen Shelby this month, because I know she's been out at all the city schools, private schools with the smokehouse, or at least an engine company, talking about fire prevention. Tell me a little bit about what you've been sharing with the kids throughout the month of October here in the city.
Okay, Mark, we start out as young as in the child care center, so we're getting them at 2 years old. Right. We go 2 years old, and they're there probably up to 5. I send an engine company out to those areas, and they let the kids become familiar with firefighters first of all, because once they put on that turnout gear, they look different, and it's alarming to some kids. So they get an opportunity to feel the firefighter and get to know him and touch him, try on the helmet, pick up the boots. That's one thing. Also, we start on the lower level with stop, drop, and roll, tools and toys, so children would know the difference in a screwdriver, a match, and a doll baby or a play truck. So we always tell them that the tools are an adult toys, and toys are for children. Yeah. So we have to make that differential with them right now.
And I know some of the elementary schools actually get the opportunity to go through the smokehouse, right?
Right. But then we go into the schools, and we start with the kindergartners, pre-K, first and second graders. The kindergartners and first graders, they would go to the fire truck and they would get the same information, but we increase it each year a little bit more. They're going to start talking about safe practices in the home, what they need to do with the fire truck, and they get on the fire truck, get in the fire truck, and that sort of thing. Then we move on up to our second and third graders, and they get to go to the fire safety house, and they can't wait to do the fire safety house. Our fire safety house, we've had it for about 10 years now, and it's an interactive mobile, trailer type mobile that we can drive around from school to school, and we teach from there. They get to see a video in there. Each year we change the video, and our video is always geared toward our theme. And this year we're hearing the beat where we sleep. Great. And we'll watch a video, and then we'll talk about escape plans. I give them 2 homework projects. The first homework project is to stop, drop, and roll. Go home, do it with your parents, and teach your brothers and sisters how to do it. Yeah. The second homework project is to go home and test the smoke alarms. Again, with your family, with your grandmother, with your neighbor, anywhere that they can do that. And that's been very successful. We've done that in the last few days, and I've had parents to call me and say, hey, surprisingly, our smoke alarm didn't work. They taught me how to stop, drop, and roll, and the new component is covering your face. So I really feel good about that, and that's working. And it doesn't stop there.
Yeah, and the message does work. I hadn't had a chance to tell Shelby this, though, but I have a 7-year-old daughter at Westover Christian Academy, and Shelby and them visited last week, and she came home and said she had homework. So she told me how to stop, drop, and roll, and she told me I needed to check every smoke detector in the house. So it does work. I tell you that your message gets through to those kids, and I hope all of them share with their parents because it's very important information.
Yeah, way to go, Maddie.
Yeah.
And and I was going to say it didn't stop there, and we're out in the community a lot. Today we're here at URW Community Day, and we're going to do our safety house for a lot of children that didn't get it. A lot of kids out of the county would be here today. A lot of them out of Caswell County would be here. So it's an opportunity for parents to get in as well. We were at the Children's Festival. That was very successful. I probably had 250 to 300 people to come through, and that's including adults there as well. And so all month we're going to be at just about everywhere. I've got a schedule that's packed this month to attend a lot of events.
So Shelby, I know you did something new this year. You had open houses at all 7 stations last Saturday. Tell me, how did that go?
That was pretty neat, Mark. Our open houses from 10 to 2, and people in the community, we had them in each community station, so they had an opportunity to come in, meet the firefighters, see our equipment, and just know about some of the services we provide here in the city of Danville. A lot of people still, they're baffled with the fire truck showing up on emergency scenes, and we've been doing that quite a while, and most of our calls are emergency medical. We can go to these calls, and we can do about anything that the other emergency agencies can do, except we just can't transport.
I'm glad you mentioned that. I was in Food Line the other day, and there was actually an accident. It was on Westover Drive. A motorcycle had gotten into an accident. Luckily, everyone was okay. But the lady in front of me said, the fire truck's there. She said, was there a fire? I said, no. But the fire truck is basically the first responders here in the city. The Danville Life Saving Crew does a wonderful job. They're all volunteer organization, but sometimes they can't get there as quick as the fire department. We're staffed 24/7. As soon as that tone goes off, they can respond. So you're going to see a fire engine at EMS calls, at all your car accidents in the city. You're going to see a fire engine, right?
That's true. The Life Saving Crew is a volunteer organization, and they're extremely busy. Yeah. Everybody's working now, so we're in the stations 24 hours a day, and we can get there a lot of times. We can beat them there, but we work very well with them. We train together with them. Yeah. And so the 2 partnering agencies, and also there are other agencies here in the city, Regional 1, same thing. They can get there, and we work together, and we try to help our community residents as fast as we can.
Well, as you can see, the engine that was behind us had to respond to a call. So that's another thing. As Shelby's out doing pub ed with all of the firefighters here in the community, they're still on duty. So when the bell rings, they have to answer the call. So they had to go out on a call. But Shelby, we were talking about your firefighters responding to motor vehicle crashes, EMS calls. They do a lot of that. And I wanted to talk about the training that they have, because when they respond to a traffic accident or an EMS emergency, they have different levels of certification that they receive to be able to treat the injured on these scenes, right? They
do. Our guys are trained, everybody's trained to EMT. everybody, the uniform fire personnel is trained in emergency medical care. Now, some of our guys that work other agencies on that day off, they have a little bit additional training. We have guys that volunteer with the life-saving crew on that day off. We have guys that work with Regional 1 on that day off. So they are constant with the medical training. And also, we are required to have so many training hours every year in that aspect. So as I said before, that we pretty much can do anything the life-saving crew can do except transport. We don't administer drugs, but they can, you know, because we don't have anywhere to keep all this stuff locked up.
Sure.
And the drug issue is very, very important, and, you know, in keeping it safe. But I feel really good about our guys. We have AEDs on the truck now that they can monitor heart attacks and things like that. They are diabetics. They work with those. Even they've helped deliver babies.
Yeah.
So they're very versed in that as well.
Well, I'm glad you mentioned that, because a lot of people still may not realize why the fire engine's on the scene of a motor vehicle accident or at someone's home during a cardiac arrest or thing. But they're basically first responders. They're going to get to that call within, what, 3 or 4 minutes, right?
At 3 or 4 minutes mark, and our response improved. Our time has improved tremendously.
Great.
And we constantly work on that because we want to provide the best care we can for the citizens here in Danville. And while we're talking about our responding, you know, the motor vehicle accidents, seems like on rainy days we're really busy with motor vehicle accidents. But sometimes there are oil spills that we respond to. There are unknown bags that are laid out, you know, this day and time. We go and we respond to those. And grass fires, trees down, respond to those. It's just so many things that you're going to see the fire engines out on now.
Sure. Well, Shelby, let's talk a little bit more about what's been going on during Fire Prevention Month. You've been out at companies as well doing fire extinguisher training. I know you've been working closely with Dan Kim out there a lot, right?
Yes, it's Dan. Actually, they're DTI,
yeah, that's
but
right.
we all call it Dan Kim,
Yeah.
and it'll always be Dan Kim to us. Right. But we're teaching 15 classes out there, and so we teach a 7 a.m. class, a 10 a.m. and a 7 p.m. class out there. And, you know, we've been doing that for more than 10 years, and Dan Kim is really wants safety on their grounds. Their employees, they take it very seriously, and when you're out there, you're going to be in a safe atmosphere. And because of what they do, you know, they're dealing with chemicals, and one mistake can really be bad. Yeah. So my assistant and I, Richard Will, we were talking about it. Those guys are well versed in the fire extinguisher training, and it's paying off for them.
Sure.
It is.
I know we've been out there with FireWatch before doing some hazmat training. That's another thing we hadn't mentioned is the hazmat team that's part of the Danville Fire Department. They work closely with DTI doing some trainings out there just in case anything ever did happen. They would know how to handle it during a response.
They do, and they love going out there training, and because that's what they do. Chemical spills, and that's right here in our back door. We're fortunate to have them and partner with them. They want to train with us, and we like training with them, so we're very fortunate in that aspect.
Well, Shelby, I really appreciate you taking the time to join us today. Again, we're out at URW, and there's a lot of great things going on here today, and I know you've got a lot of people waiting to go through the safety house, so we won't hold you up anymore. But again, if anybody has any or wants any information about smoke alarms in the home, or any more information about fire safety tips, can they just give your office a call?
They can call me at 799-5226. Stop by any fire station. They will transfer the information to me. Or stop down at the headquarters station at 600 Lynn Street. That's our new fire station, and we've got that museum. And we've been really busy with that little museum and tours this year.
And I encourage everyone, the fire stations are always open. Unless they're on a call, the guys are there. And then I encourage you to go out and just meet your firefighters. They're a part of your neighborhood. There's 7 stations strategically placed throughout the community. So there's probably one within walking distance or within 4 or 5 minutes of your home wherever you live in the city. So I encourage you to go out and meet your local firefighters. They do a wonderful job, and great guys and gals here in the community that are keeping us safe.
Well, that wraps up this edition of FireWatch. I hope you enjoyed our overview of the activities here in the city of Danville for fire prevention. So go ahead, check your smoke alarms, and hear the beep where you sleep. If you need information on smoke alarms, please feel free to call me at 799-5226, and we can get that information to you. So until next time, hear the beep where you sleep, and be safe.